Hello and welcome. Today, we're stepping into a world that's just painted with dreams and whispered secrets. We're going to explore the award-winning game of imagination, Dixit.
And right from the start, the designer, Jean-Louis Rubira, he kind of hands us the key to understanding this whole thing. See, Dixit isn't about fierce competition. It's all about reconnecting with that playful, creative spark that we all have.
At its heart, Dixit is a really simple concept. It trades all that complex strategy for empathy. The entire game just boils down to one question. How well can you understand your friends, and how well can they understand you, using nothing but these absolutely gorgeous dreamlike cards?
So how exactly does this game of imagination actually work? Let's dive in and break it down.
Okay, so here's the basic idea. Each turn, one player gets to be the storyteller. They secretly pick one of the cards in their hand and give a clue about it. Then, everyone else secretly picks a card from their own hand that they think also fits that clue. All the cards get shuffled and revealed, and the challenge is on. Can you find the storyteller's original card in that lineup?
And here's all the good stuff you'll find in the box. You get this charming scoring board, 84 of these iconic, oversized art cards, and let's be honest, they're the real soul of the game. Some adorable little wooden rabbit pawns to track your score, and these clever voting dials for making your secret guesses.
Setting up is super easy. Let's get this dreamscape ready for our stories.
First up, everybody picks a color and grabs their matching rabbit and voting dial. Your little rabbit starts right at 0 on the scoreboard. Then, you're going to give those beautiful cards a good shuffle and deal 6 to each player. That's it. You're ready to play.
And this brings us right to the heart of the game, the storytelling itself.
So a turn breaks down into 4 simple steps. 1, the storyteller gives a clue. 2, the other players each pick a decoy card from their hand. 3, all those cards are shuffled up and laid out. And 4, everyone secretly votes for the one they think belonged to the storyteller.
And this is where the creativity just goes wild. A storyteller's clue can be literally anything. A single word, a line from a movie. You could hum a little tune, or even just make a sound effect. The only limit here is your imagination.
So let's use an example. Imagine the storyteller has a card that makes them think about the cycle of life. They settle on a clue that's not too obvious, but not too obscure either. They just say one word, rebirth. Their goal now is to get some people to pick their card, but not everybody. And this right here, this is the central challenge of Dixit. It's the storyteller's dilemma. If your clue is too obvious, everyone will guess your card. But if it's too obscure, nobody will get it. You have to find that perfect, delicate balance right in the middle. And why does that matter so much? Well, it's all about to make perfect sense when we look at how you score points. So how does the game reward you for finding that perfect balance? It all comes down to a really clever scoring system.
Okay, so here's the most important thing to remember. As the storyteller, you only score points when some, but not all, of the other players guess your card correctly. That's the sweet spot. If everybody gets it right, or if nobody gets it right, you've hit one of the extremes and you get nothing.
Let's break down the numbers. If you hit that sweet spot, you, as the storyteller, and everyone who guessed correctly, you all get 3 points. Great! But in the extremes, if everyone or no one guesses right, you get a big fat 0 and the other players get 2 points instead. And here's the fun twist. As a guesser, you also get a bonus point for every vote your decoy card gets. So being clever with the cards you play really pays off.
Okay, let's look at our rebirth example again. Pink was the storyteller and they nailed the sweet spot, so they get 3 points. Blue and green guessed correctly, so they also get 3 points. But look at blue. 2 other players voted for their decoy card, so blue gets 2 bonus points for a massive 5-point turn. And violet, well, they managed to trick one player, which earned them a single bonus point. This system is just brilliant, isn't it?
So after you tally up the points and the little rabbits hop forward on the board, what happens next? And, how does it all end? It's super simple. At the end of the turn, everyone just draws one new card to get their hand back up to 6. The role of storyteller then passes to the player on the left, and a brand new round begins. The game keeps going just like that until one or more players' rabbit pawns reach or go past the 30-point mark on the scoring track. The second that happens, the game is over, and whoever has the highest score is the winner.
And just a quick note for smaller groups, if you're playing with only 3 people, the rules change just a little bit. You'll hold 7 cards instead of 6, and the 2 guessers will each put in 2 decoy cards. That just makes sure there's a good selection to vote on.
But hey, the end of one game doesn't have to be the end of the story. If you totally fall in love with these dreamscapes, there's a whole world of expansions just waiting for you.
Each expansion comes packed with 84 brand new cards, with different artists and different themes. I mean, just listen to these names: Quest, Journey, Origins, Memories, Harmonies, Mirrors. Each one promises a completely new set of stories to tell.
And that really is the perfect way to leave it. Dixit isn't just a game you play, it's a creative experience you share. It's a chance to connect with your friends and family in a totally unique way. So the only question left is, what stories will your pictures tell?